Good morning, everybody. It's Shelly. I've got all my stuff behind me. I was going to shut my closet doors and I thought, you know what? Like, that's my stuff. That's the stuff. I think it's been close to a month. I haven't done a video about the law of attraction. And I've just been doing a lot of thinking and reading and reflecting. I've also had two kids in the house now because Marley and his friend Dyron now are here. And Marley has a job. I'm so excited. I'm not sure when he starts, but he's waiting for the background check and for he's got to get his food handler's card, and I'm so excited. Anyways, so my video today was titled How to Create a Happy Life. And I've just been reading, right now I'm reading Your Dreams Are Too Small by Joe Tye, Tye. And he just talks about it's kind of his story about how he lost his job and then he went to some mentors and figured out that he wanted to start his own business, and how he learned that his dreams were too small of just finding another job and how he should push forward. The chapter I just got done with, I'm almost done with the book, was about him going to a friend that owned a car dealership and talked him into getting an SUV with his company name plastered on it. But while he was waiting for his own car to be repaired, he let him drive a Ferrari. And I just thought, wow, it's so cool that I'm reading this book about driving your dream car, but I'm doing it. Sometimes I have to step back for a minute and go, wait a minute, life is so good. Sometimes I get so frustrated with myself because I don't feel like I'm doing enough in my reselling business, or I feel like I want to do more with my coaching business, which I need to do all of that. But then I need to realize it's the middle of the month and I already have more than enough money to pay my car payment, which is usually my goal by the end of the month with my reselling business. I'm probably going to be triple to quadruple of that by the time the end of the month comes. And I have my dream car in my driveway, and I just have a wonderful marriage. My husband and I are, of course we have issues and we have contrast and we frustrate each other, but we are just we've come to a place in our marriage. We've been married for we got married in 95, so this last year it was 25 years. We've been together for 27 years, and we've come to this place where when we do need to discuss something, even if we snap at each other, we can come together and actually have a discussion without just blowing up at each other. And it's just so nice, and it's such a great thing. And I just consider him my best friend. He probably knows more about me than anyone else on the planet other than myself. So I just have to remind myself that not only do I have a great life, but I've created this great life. And how did I do that? Because I chose to be happy. I chose to be positive. Does that mean I'm positive all the time? Does that mean that I just bounce out of bed every morning and I can't wait to get started and I'm so excited? No, that means that when I have contrast, and I'll give you a couple examples. When I have contrast, I know that it's the birth of a solution or an opportunity. So, for instance, we had to bring one of our cars into the mechanic. It's been in there for I think a week or 2 weeks now. 2 weeks. I think the 27th is when we took it in, had it towed in because it wouldn't start. And they figured out it was the fuse block. They couldn't get a new one because GM doesn't really make that, and they're back ordered forever. So they got a used one. They got the used one. The pin was bad. So anyways, with the new one that could have came in in 3 days or 3 months or 3 years. They had no idea. It's like, okay. It was going to be $1,500 with parts and labor. We were like, oh, okay. So we have that money, but we're just like, is that car really worth it? No, we need to do it. That's gas mileage. That car's just been a trooper. We're going to fix it. So we were kind of getting stressed out about spending that money, even though we had it. It's not like we had to finance it or anything, but we're like trying to save. You know, we're looking at like in a year or so wanting to buy a house. So we're trying to start saving for that situation. And it's just like, man. And then I just got really positive about it. I was just like, you know what? It's going to happen better than expected. It's not a big deal. It's only money. It constantly replaces itself. We are living in a flow of money in our lives. It's not a big deal. It's going to happen better than expected. So then it's like the next day, the mechanic calls me and says, hey, you know that new fuse block? Well, it's just like, it's looking like an impossibility. So we went ahead and looked at used fuse blocks, and they have a 6-month warranty on them. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, and that's going to bring you down to like, instead of $1,500, like $850. I'm like, okay, better than expected. So now they're just waiting for that new one to come in, because, well, the used one, they got one used one, and then it had a bad pin. Assuming that's a pin that goes into a fuse. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, but I'm assuming that's what it is. So they had to return that one with the warranty and get a new one. So now they're waiting for that. It should be in today or tomorrow, and they should get our car fixed. But then that's the other thing. Like, why are they taking so long? Why is this taking so long? We could get totally frustrated. Like, oh my God, it's taking so much gas for Scott to get back and forth to work in the truck. Oh my God, this is so horrible. No, we're just like, it's happening for a reason. I don't know what the reason is, but I have faith and I know it's happening for a reason. It might not be a reason that we even know about. Maybe it has something to do with one of the mechanics. Maybe it has something to do with the parts guy. Maybe it has something to do with something that's going to happen in a month from now or 4 days from now. Like, I don't know. And I don't have to worry about it because I just know that it's happening better than expected, and it's happening for a reason. And so that's like my examples. And then like we went to get our taxes. We went to sign our taxes and get our taxes and talk to our tax guy about what we can do better for next year, because we've lost the child credit because Marley is 18 now. And it's just like, we went in there and we're just like, okay, well, we have the money to pay it, but we're going to make payments and whatever. Like, I'm not going to go into details with that. And he just said, well, you're going to get that stimulus, so just pay your taxes with it. It's like, yes, of course, duh. Like, it's just like better than expected. It just keeps rolling, better than expected, better than expected, better than expected, you know, and that's how you create a happy life. It's not about like, hey, once I get that car, it's going to be a happy life, or once I get that job, or once I find my spouse, or once I have kids, it's going to be a happy life. It needs to be a happy life right now. And you do that by starting to change your habits. So today when you stub your toe, yeah, it sucks. And you can cuss and kick something with the other foot and get through that frustration. But then just go, okay, that was a lesson. Like, I need to move that. The last thing I stubbed my toe on was a metal basket full of magazines that I had taken out of the bathroom when I was cleaning the bathroom, and I didn't put it back. So put back the metal basket. I literally busted my toe. The whole top of my toes were bruised, and I cracked my nail, and it was horrible, and I cried. But it's just like, yeah, in the moment, I'm pissed and frustrated and saying super bad words and yelling and crying. But then you go, oh, okay, I got to put that back. Like, duh. That's why I stubbed my toe on it. I've had situations like that I've talked about before where I thought I really need to clean behind the stove when we were in our old house in Klamath Falls. And then I was just like, I really need to clean behind the stove. We lived here for several years. I really need to have Scott pull that stove out so I can clean behind it and clean all the sides and everything, because, you know, food gets in there and stuff. And then it was like the next day or two, I forgot to put the carafe back in the coffee maker. And guess what? I had to clean behind the stove because it all went back there. So it's stuff like that. And in that frustration of freaking out at 5:30 in the morning, I also knew this happened because I wanted to clean behind the stove. Like, that's what the law of attraction is. It's like, you be careful what you wish for, because you'll get it. You know, I have a grandmother who passed away from cancer back in the 90s, and I remember my mom telling me, she told me several years ago, she just wants to relax. She just wants to not have to be going all the time. And then she got cancer, and then she told my mom, I should have asked for this differently, because now I have to relax, but I'm going to be relaxing into death, basically. Like, those are the things. And death, that's a whole different story. I watched a couple hours worth. I was a total vegetable yesterday. I watched a couple hours worth of Teresa Caputo's Long Island Medium, and that's a whole different story. But anyways, like, you just have to create these better habits. Like, my mantra in everything, and it works for everything. It works for paying a bill. It works for getting your hair cut. It works for eating right. It works for taxes. It works for everything. Works for your dream car. Everything is going better than expected. Everything ends up better than expected. Everything is better than expected. When you keep putting that out there, it does two things. It raises your expectations to be better than you even expect. Like, it's going to be better than you even expect. How? I don't know, but it's going to be better. And then it also just like opens up all the options, because you're not going, well, I need to get the car fixed. It's going to cost $1,500. I have a coupon for $50 off. So I guess that'll be better than expected. That's the only way I can possibly see it being better than expected. No, you put it out there, it's going to be better than expected. And then all of a sudden it's from $1,500 down to $850. That's way better than expected. And I'm still going to get to use that coupon probably, you know? So that's what I'm talking about. When you go into situations like, say you're on a diet, you're on a whatever diet, and you go to the restaurant and you're like, there's no way I'm going to find anything that is going to work with my diet. And you go into it with that, and then you don't find anything. But if you go into it going, of course there's going to be options. There's always options. There are so many dietary things going on in the world right now. When you go to a restaurant, there's gluten-free, there's bread-free, there's keto, there's low carb. And even if there isn't, you can go to like even McDonald's and get a burger with no bun, and get salad instead of fries, and get a Diet Coke instead of a fully leaded Coke, I guess. Like, you can make it happen if you expect it to be better than you expected. So that's the way I have attracted my dream car, have made my marriage better. My body's getting better. I'm doing these 7-minute workouts. Why do I do 7-minute workouts? Because I wanted something easy. I wanted something that I know I can do every morning, and it literally takes 10 to like 14 minutes out of my day. Is it a 7-minute workout? Yeah, but there's a warm up, there's a cool down, there's, seconds in between each exercise. I've been doing it since December 29th. I've missed one day because I had a little issue with my belly, and we don't need to get into that. I've missed one day since December 29th. I've done it weekends, weekdays, every single day. I do my 7-minute workout. I'm starting to see results. I'm feeling better. We went for a walk. When we go for these walks, usually the first 10 or 15 minutes, I'm out of breath and my chest is tight. And it's not because I'm having a heart attack. It's because I'm breathing in air and my lungs are going, what is going on? We usually are stagnant and just sit around and do nothing. I had none of that. And Scott said the same thing. He's been working out every morning, and he said the same thing. I didn't have that this time. I feel better. I haven't weighed myself yet, but I know just the way my clothes are fitting, I'm doing better. My husband's telling me I look better. It's just amazing. And I'm doing intermittent fasting, which is where I only eat from this time to this time during the day. So what does that mean as far as my eating? I eat whatever I want. Yesterday I had 2 pieces of pie. I had a croissant sandwich. Like, I eat what I want, but I only eat from this time to this time during the day, and then I'm done. And after that, I can have water, I can have iced tea, I could have like black coffee, brewed tea, but I don't. I usually just have water. I don't really partake in any other drinks or whatever after that. And it's working. It's taken what? So we'll just basically December 29th. So from the first of the year until now, we're looking at all of January, all of February, and half of March. So in 2.5 months, I can feel this compound effect happening where I'm and getting leaner and feeling stronger, and my heart feel better when I go for a walk because I'm not laboring, because I haven't been sitting on my butt for the last 3 weeks before I go for a walk. Because we live in the Pacific Northwest, and when it's sunny, you take advantage of it. You get out there and walk. And so I was looking for a solution because I was starting to feel very sluggish and very out of shape. And I'm just going to put it out there, an Oompa Loompa. That's what I felt like. And so I was getting really frustrated with myself because I am a food addict. And I was just like, I got to get a handle on this. This is ridiculous. I just feel fat and gross, and I don't want to do it anymore. And I was like, okay, my motto for 2021 is fun and ease. So what is the easiest way I can exercise? Which before it was yoga. And I was like, I need to do something a little more than yoga. That's how I feel. So I found these 7-minute workouts that are designed to keep your metabolism going for the rest of the day because of the way it works. It's anaerobic activity. If you want to learn about the difference between aerobic and anaerobic, look it up, because anaerobic is so good for women to do to keep their metabolism going throughout the day. So I work out for 7 minutes a day, and it keeps my metabolism going all day long. And then I eat what I want. And some days I eat salads and veggies and protein. And sometimes I just totally pig out. Like yesterday was pie day. I had 2 pieces of pie with ice cream and whipped cream. I had a croissant sandwich with turkey and cheese and pickles and mayonnaise. I had some Terra chips, which are these really yummy, like sweet potato and parsnip chips. So, and I'm not feeling guilty about it. I'm not beating myself up about it because it's easy and it's working. Find something, stick with it, create these new habits, and you will have a better life. When you find yourself complaining about something, think about, why am I complaining about this, and what can I do to change it? It's going to end up better than expected. My interview is going to end up better than expected. My talk with my kid is going to end up better than expected. My job today is going to end up better than expected. My commute is going to be better than expected. My whatever. The food in the break room is going to be better than expected. Maybe there's always donuts, and somebody brought in protein bars or fruit or whatever, like better than expected. Keep putting that out there, and you will change your life to be a happier, better life. Okay, I have been rambling for 20 minutes almost. You guys have a great day. Happy Monday, and I will chat with you tomorrow. I'm going to start doing these again. These just fuel my soul when I do these videos. So have a great day. Share this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. And if you want to be coached by me, let me know. And if you would like a tarot energy reading, let me know, because I do that too. And I work my coaching into that because that's what I do. Have a great day. Bye.